Hey guys, welcome back to Jurassic Collectibles. I hope you're all doing really well. Today I'm super excited to be sharing with you this. It's the Schleich Carnotaurus. You can find the item featured in today's review and more at everythingdinosaur.com. Check out their site today. Now, you Eagle Eye subscribers and viewers may notice that we've already reviewed a Schleich Carnotaurus on the channel, but last year Schleich released a new version, and I've been dying to share it with you and take a closer look, especially considering the hype around the Carnotaurus following the trailer of Fallen Kingdom Jurassic World. So let's get this one out of the packaging and take a closer look. And here is the brand new Schleich Carnotaurus out of its packaging. Really, really nice. And this comes as part of the Conquering the Earth line. You can see the little label attached to its ankle. And I have to say, first impressions, this thing looks amazing. Wow. A completely new sculpt to the old Carnotaurus. And we will be comparing them. Still in a reddish paint scheme. But you know what? I have to be honest, this reminds me of the Series 2 Jurassic Park Carnotaurus. And I'm pretty sure they must have used that for inspiration because it looks almost like an updated version of that old classic Kenner toy. Giving this dinosaur a quick 360, you can see all of the lovely details that it boasts, all of those armor plates. And it's almost got like a semi-gloss finish going on. There seems to be a high gloss used around the eye area to give it a genuine wet look and also around the nostrils. But yeah, it's a very unique looking figure. Okay, so let's take a closer look at this thing. So starting off with the head sculpt, you can see we've got a really nice, distinct looking skull. Really nice. Very, very outstanding work from Schleich. Really upping their game. Every so often Schleich produce a dinosaur that just really floors me, and this is definitely one of them. Really, really nice sculpt. You can see they've used a high gloss on the eye to give it that genuine wet look. And this does have an articulated jaw, so we can open up the jaw. For me, that's as far as it goes. It doesn't go that wide. You can see inside we do have a painted tongue, but it's very hard to make out because it only goes so far. Let me see if I can push this further. No, that is as far as the jaw will go for me. So that's a bit of a shame, but still, very nice looking overall. And then you've got these plates going all the way down the neck. It looks like they've used that to hide a seam where the head attaches to the neck. Very clever. It really works. You can see there's some nice sculpted bumps going on under the neck there. I think I prefer the plates on the top, if I'm honest, with the little striations running down them. Here we've got those little diminutive arms that the Carnotaurus has. Very nice. And I have to say, to touch this thing, it feels like it's almost made from a hard rubber. A bit like some of the Schleich toys. They're not made from a hard plastic. It's got like a rubbery feel to it. And it seems to give the skin almost like a translucency. It's definitely more translucent than standard plastic anyway. I love this patination of the orange and the black. And I love the way it runs down the legs. Very nice. You can just faintly make out the musculature in the legs there. And a really nice bird-like looking foot. No special paint job on the toe claws, but still a very nice sculpt indeed. So we go back up the leg, you can see all the plates joining up on the tail, some nice broad scales underneath. Very much looks like an armor-plated dinosaur, very nice. Nice curve in the tail. As we move to the other side, this orange continues. It's a very simple paint scheme. I mean, it's just bright orange and sort of dark grey, but it works really, really well. And it's definitely reminiscent of the Kenner Jurassic Park Series 2 Carnotaurus because of that simplicity of the colour. It's almost like they've matched the coloration of that Series 2 toy. And very nice sculpted horns as well. So just how big is this figure? You're looking at about 5 inches tall, which is about 12-13 centimetres. And in terms of the length, you're looking at about 9 inches long, which is about 22-23 centimetres. Bringing in Schleich's earlier offering for the Carnotaurus, you can see the differences here. The old Schleich Carnotaurus is much smaller, has a completely different paint scheme and sculpt, and yet they still do feel like they could be from the same family. They still do feel like they could just be variations, like maybe this is a younger version, a juvenile, and this is it when it's grown up and it develops these plates. So I like that kind of continuity. Comparing the skulls, you can see how the old one boasted a bit more detail, but the teeth looked less seated on the older one, whereas on the new one it looks much more realistic, but boasts less detail in terms of the bumps and the scales going on. If I turn it around, you can see it from the other side here. The old Carnotaurus had much more of a blue eye. This one has a more genuine looking wet black eye. The articulated jaw, I think, on the older one was a bit better because it could open up wider, whereas the new one only goes that far. So in terms of articulation, the old toy was a bit better. In terms of the coloration, you can see that the old one's much more of a more maroon red, and the new one's almost like an orangey red. I think I prefer the new one. It's very reminiscent of the Series 2 Kenner Carnotaurus. And you can also see the detail that's been added on this new one with the armor plates running down the leg. So that does look better. In terms of the posing, they are actually still very similar. You can see you've got the same sort of flick in the tail. The head's just going one way instead of the other. And even the leg positioning is very, very similar. You can see we just got one leg just slightly in front of the other for balance. So they are very similar, and it does just feel like they've taken their classic Carnotaurus and upgraded it. Okay, so size comparison time. Here's the old Carnotaurus from Schleich versus the new. The new one's much taller, but they are about the same length. Next, let's bring in a Papo Tyrannosaurus Rex. I'm sure a lot of you own this figure. This is one of the weird repaint versions that Papo did. We have reviewed this on the channel. I'll put the link down below. But you can see how the T-Rex compares in scale. And lastly, here's our good friend, it's Off-Color Alan. You can see that actually the Carnotaurus looks very small next to Off-Color Alan, but it could make a nice juvenile Carnotaurus. So there we have it, guys. That was today's look at the Schleich Carnotaurus, the upgrade version. This is a really nice figure, definitely worthwhile picking up. It's got really nice detail. I love the armor plating going all over the body, and I love the new coloration. I love the fact that it reminds me of the Series 2 Kenner Classic Carnotaurus from the Jurassic Park line. And obviously with Fallen Kingdom Jurassic World coming out, you might be wanting to pick up some extra Carnotauruses to build out your collection. This is definitely a must-have in that case. Okay guys, rate, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.
Now you've seen it reviewed, why not pick up your own at everythingdinosaur.com. Link is in the description.